and we should be back.
Are we back?
Of course, Ian. We are back because it's back o'clock. How could it be back o'clock and not us be back?
Yeah, well, it's happened before.
Yep.
It's happened a lot in the last month and a half. Our schedule's been whack as hell.
It's fine. Everything's fine. So, just a quick keeping everybody in the loop here. The next Pokemon game that comes out is the new Pokemon Snap, which actually comes out Friday, I think. Actually, I think tomorrow at midnight. Yeah, tomorrow at midnight. We wanted to do a couple of weeks here, kind of in between streams while that game came out. So we're playing some Pokemon Showdown.
Yeah.
Last time we played a little bit of both random multi-battles and some VGC, and I really had a lot of fun playing VGC.
Yeah.
So I figured let's do another team.
Yeah.
So I've actually been playing just a little bit, not a whole lot, off stream with a sort of team concept that I want to kind of try for you guys today. And this one, like our team last time, is going to be centered around the move Fling. But in this time, instead of the Fling target being Terrakion, I want the Fling target to be Calyrex Ice.
Okay, so that's interesting because the Fling target last time was Terrakion, who gets justified
boost.
So if he gets hit with the Dark type move,
yes,
he gets a justified boost. So we flung the berry that got him the Dark type boost.
Correct.
And as one is Calyrex Ice, so it's got the Ice Horse boost.
Yes, Grimnay,
and
no,
Grimnay's the ghost.
Chilling Nay. Sorry.
Yeah. And the other ability that I don't remember.
The other ability is Unnerve, which prevents your opponents from eating berries.
Yeah.
So the centerpiece of this team is going to be Calyrex Ice Rider. Its item is going to be the Weakness Policy.
Okay, now that makes sense.
Weakness Policy is a super, super scary item on Calyrex Ice. And then let's just kind of look at its base stats here. In this format, you are allowed what's called a restricted Pokemon.
Yeah.
These are generally Uber's level Pokemon. You're allowed to have one of them on your team. So you can have one Groudon or Kyogre, Spectrier, or Calyrex Ice, Calyrex Shadow Rider.
Yeah.
Zacian is common.
Yeah.
Pokemon like that. So let's kind of look at Calyrex's base stats here. And the immediate ones you should notice pretty quickly are these really awesome defenses.
Yeah.
100, 150, 130 is pretty awesome base defenses. And so that's kind of what we're betting on. Now, Calyrex Ice has very low speed at a pretty chilly base 50. And it has a huge base attack at 165. So I'm looking at that base speed, and you know what I want to do?
We're running Trick Room.
We're going to run Trick Room. So the first move I'm going to put on it is Protect, of course.
Because it's pretty much always carry Protect.
A lot of Pokemon in doubles are going to want to carry Protect. It's just really useful in doubles. And then, yes, we're going to be playing with Trick Room.
I didn't realize that Calyrex is a Trick Setter.
It is Psychic type. And a lot of Psychic types get Trick Room.
Yeah.
So when you're normally building a Pokemon for environments, you generally want to be fast. That lets you outspeed your opponents and potentially even take them down before they KO you.
Yeah.
So you kind of have this sort of dichotomy. You can pick two of power, speed, and bulk. But you because of the way effort values go out, you can't really do all three.
Yeah.
So Trick Room kind of lets you have your cake and eat it too. You can invest in both power and bulk because you don't have to invest in speed. As a matter of fact, you want as little speed as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Because your speed comes from using the move Trick Room rather than your speed stat.
Right.
So Trick Room is very, very lucrative in a doubles format like this because it allows you to essentially effort value toward speed without having to invest any actual effort values.
Yeah.
So we're going to do that and put that give him some moves first. The moves I'm choosing are, of course, Glacial Lance. That's his signature move. It's super duper powerful at base 130, and it hits both opponents.
And it's 100% accuracy accurate for
some
goddamn reason.
Really scary move. It's a great stab move. Now, normally you'd want to cover both stabs. I'm actually going to do something different. I am going to put that fourth move as high horsepower.
See, I was wondering. I was like, are you going to do like the expanding force?
Yes. Expanding force is a special move. So while you might see it on Calyrex Shadow Rider,
right.
And it's very scary on Calyrex Shadow Rider.
It's not.
I'm going to actually use high horsepower in that fourth slot.
What's up, DJ Jared? We're doing some team building here, kind of on a kind of as an off week. The new Pokemon game, the new Pokemon Snap comes out like tomorrow at midnight. So we're just kind of taking a kind of a couple of weeks here, and we're just messing around on Showdown. So yeah.
So the investment I'm going to be doing here is specially defensive, to kind of patch up that lower special defense, and then everything else is going in attack.
And then
actually, I'm going to do plus attack nature.
Yeah.
But I'm going to put my bulk in special defense, and those remaining 4 I'm going to put in HP.
Player crash? Or are you saying that you can't see us do anything? Is that what you're saying, DJ Jared?
You seem to be streaming okay.
Yeah, because I see us coming through.
Yeah,
already.
I'm looking fine.
Yeah. So, the last thing I need from my friends, Ian and Rusty, is I need you guys to name this set of boys.
Oh, okay. It's on Twitch's end. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's start with Ian this time. Ian, give me a letter.
Let's do G.
Rusty.
Hold on.
Hold
on. We're naming it DJ Jared.
Oh, we're naming it DJ Jared?
Yeah, we're naming it DJ Jared.
Okay, let's name it DJ Jared.
Our most named Pokemon, DJ Jared.
Okay. So the second Pokemon I want to put on this team is going to be our Flung user.
Yeah.
And that is going to be Oranguru.
Oranguru.
Oranguru is a very lucrative Pokemon, and I am going to use as the Fling item the Ganlon Berry. Ganlon is a Gen 3 Pinch Berry. What it does is once you get below a quarter of your HP, it raises your defense. Normally that's pretty useless because when you're at that low HP, who cares about a defense boost?
Right.
But we're not going to be eating it at 1/4 HP. It's going to be eaten immediately after we fling it.
Yeah.
Now I can fling, because fling is a dark type move, into my Calyrex. That activates the weakness policy.
Yeah.
So I get a +2 boost to its attack, and I get the defense boost from Ganlon Berry. So I'm going to make that its item.
Yeah.
Now, for the ability, I'm actually... Normally, you would want to do telepathy to save yourself. In Bubbles, you want to do telepathy to save yourself from your partner hurting you. That lets you run things like Eruption or Surf. I'm actually going to do Symbiosis this time. What Symbiosis does is when my opponent or my partner loses its item, I pass my item over to them. When Calyrex consumes the weakness policy, it loses its item. So not only do I fling a Ganlon Berry at it, activating that, I still technically register as having an item there. Even though, because the turn hasn't ended. Or because that move hasn't ended. So somehow I generate a second Ganlon Berry out of nowhere and pass it over to Calyrex, and that becomes Calyrex's held item.
Really?
You just generate a Ganlon Berry out of thin air. I don't know if that's actually how it works in the game or if that's a Showdown glitch, but that's how it's been working. So, I'm picking Symbiosis as the ability here.
Okay, that's nuts.
So, for the moves, we're of course going to pick Protect.
Protect. And then Fling.
I'm actually going to put... I prefer to put my non-damaging moves first before I put my attacking moves.
Okay.
Because that's generally what I'm going to be clicking first. I'm going to put Trick Room. Now,
having 2 Trick Room setters.
having 2 Trick Room setters, actually I want to have a third too.
Yeah.
Because this team is going to be so built around Trick Room.
Yeah.
Trick Room is a very high risk, high reward strategy. Trick Room, basically, especially in a meta like this where they're going to be using things like Max Airstream or Electro Web to control speed.
Mm-hmm.
Having Trick Room is very, very gets you a whole lot, because if they use those moves on you, then you are turning what would be a detriment to you into an advantage to you.
Yeah.
The double-edged sword there being Trick Room is only 4 turns. You only get 4 turns to use it.
Yeah.
In a doubles format, especially in a doubles format where you only have 4 Pokemon, those 4 turns can mean, life or death. But if they're able, especially through using like switches or protects to stall out those Trick Room turns, then you're kind of SOL.
Yeah.
If you don't have a way to set it back up.
Yeah. No.
Which costs a turn.
Yeah.
So while you get a lot of benefit out of running Trick Room, you also take a lot of risk.
Yeah.
I am, of course, going to use his next move
Fling.
as Fling, which allows me to fling my Ganmonberry. Fling is also neat because even if I get taunted, and Trick Room is susceptible to taunt, I can still fling that over into my DJ Jared.
It's still at least
even if I'm taunted.
Yeah.
And get the boost. And then in the last slot, I want to put Instruct. Instruct is Oranguru's signature move. And basically what it does is, whichever the target of Instruct is, it uses the last move it used again.
Yeah.
So I can use that to make for example, if I have him out on the field with Calyrex, I can use it to basically get 2 Glacial Lances off in the same turn, and that's really scary.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use the recommended specially defensive EVs, except for I am going to set my speed IVs to 0.
Yeah. We want to have as low.
That's why the
speed
minus
as
speed nature. And yeah, tiny. What do you do?
Pink monkey.
You wanted a pink monkey.
Pink monkey.
You wanted a pink monkey. Okay.
Carl.
We're naming it Carl?
Yeah.
I'm Carl. No, his name was Paul.
His name was Paul, yes.
So the next Pokemon I want to put on the team is a common partner to Calyrex, and that is going to be Mimikyu.
Mimikyu busted.
Yeah, Mimikyu is in fact busted. And the item I want to put on Mimikyu is actually safety goggles.
The ability disguise after they fixed it is still...
It's still really good. And they did nerf it. It's still good.
Okay. Have fun buying eggs. Thanks, DJ Jared.
I like eggs. So safety goggles is a cool ability, or a cool item. It lets me be immune to the residual damage from Sandstorm and Hail, which is pretty common due to things like Max Hailstorm and Max Rockfall.
Yeah.
It also, more importantly, makes me immune to powder moves, both the redirection of... Yes. Speaking words, word speaking. Cool. All right. We should be back now.
Momentarily gone.
Yeah.
No problem.
Just
don't worry about
just
it.
a real quick moment. So anyway, Mimikyu. Mimikyu gets the safety goggles to protect it from both the residual damage of
Hail and
Sandstorm, and to more importantly, protect it from powder moves like Rage Powder and Sleep Powder.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to be a little bit ballsy right now, and I'm going to say we're going to skip out on Protect, because Disguise already kind of acts as a pseudo-protect, and I think we need the 4th move slot.
Yes.
So instead, the first move we're going to be putting down is Trick Room. Again. This gives me 3 ways to set up Trick Room, and I like having 2 potential Trick Roomers out on the field at once, because if one gets taunted, I still have the option of using the other.
Yeah.
So that gives me kind of some variety, or I can protect one and Trick Room with the other, and I kind of have the ability to play around with things like that. Second move I'm going to be putting down is Swords Dance, because Disguise again kind of gives me a free way to get that, an almost free way to get that Swords Dance boost up, and it looks really scary after Swords Dance boost.
Oh, I know the next one.
What?
It's going to be Shadow Claw.
It is not going to be Shadow Claw.
It's going to be Play Rough.
It's going to be Play Rough. Play Rough is awesome Fairy Stab. My other two Pokemon are Psychic types, and so they don't like the Dark types. So Play Rough kind of helps us beat those Dark types. I did get a couple of really annoying losses due to Play Rough misses, but we're going to pretend that doesn't happen. In that final slot, we're actually going to put, instead of Shadow Claw, Shadow Sneak to give us some priority.
Give us some priority in the case that we're not in
Trick Room. Or even just if somebody else is slower than us.
Yeah.
In Trick Room, because we're not using the slowest Pokemon in the game. There are other people who will both be using just Pokemon that are slow and other Trick Room teams.
Yeah.
So this kind of helps us overcome that. I can also use Shadow Sneak to activate DJ Jared's weakness policy.
Yeah.
So not only is my only potential lead Oranguru, but I can also lead with Mimikyu and Calyrex instead. And that gives me that potential mod.
Yeah.
Again, we're going to set those speed IVs to 0 just to really minimize our speed.
Yeah.
And I think this...
minus speed plus attack.
Yeah, just this is a fine EV spread. And we need a nickname for a Mimikyu.
So
I'll give Ian the first letter here.
Let's go with D.
Rusty?
U.
D.
L.
E.
I.
End.
Dudley.
Dudley.
Okay. So if you kind of look at this team, there's one glaring VGC Mon that really, really threatens it. Can you tell me what that VGC Mon is, Ian?
Incineroar has entered the chat.
Incineroar is really, really scary looking to this team.
Incineroar has entered the chat, Nathan.
Incineroar has Intimidate, it has Flare Blitz, and it doesn't like these Pokemon.
It's got Darkest Lariat.
It can taunt. It has a lot of potentially scary moves. So my next Pokemon is going to be my Incineroar answer, and I can't think of a better Incineroar answer than my Lodic.
That's...
And for my Lodic, I want to give it the Wise Glasses. Or not the Wise Glasses, the Wide Lens.
I was going to say, normally it's a Wide Lens.
Yes. Typically, its best stab move is going to be Muddy Water, which just has just a slight chance of missing, and I don't really like that. So we're going to do that, and then I'm going to give it Competitive. Competitive gives me a special attack boost ×2 every time my stats are low. So if that Incineroar comes and intimidates me, I'm going to get a huge special attack boost.
Yeah, like if you can call out especially if you can like call out the Incineroar coming out.
And just having this Milotic on my team is also just going to discurse Incineroar.
Yeah.
They're going to think twice about leading with Incineroar.
Yeah.
But having Milotic here is a real good answer to Incineroar. As for moves, of course, I'm going to put Protect. And then I think in that, my next move I want to have is actually Hypnosis. Hypnosis, while it has pretty poor accuracy, is at least going to be boosted a little bit by Wide Lens.
Yeah.
And then that gives me an emergency answer. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and give it Stab Water, and of course an Ice-type move to cover things like Venusaur. Dragon, things like that. So Hypnosis is probably my best answer to something like Kyogre or another water type.
Yeah.
That's going to resist both those moves. The next thing I'm going to do is, of course, do that Water Stab with Muddy Water. Again, 85 accuracy is just enough that I'm like, I want that extra accuracy from Wide Lens. Now, when I was playing with this on my own earlier, I had Ice Beam in that final slot.
Are you going to do Blizzard this time?
The more I think about it, the more I think I want to do Blizzard. I'm running the wide lens anyway, so why not? And there's also a pretty decent chance that I'm going to have Max Hailstorm up, especially if I've Dynamaxed Calyrex on a previous turn.
Yeah.
I can also just Dynamax my Lodic, and
do
that
it.
would activate Max Hailstorm that way, and then I can use Blizzards after.
Yeah.
So and having the spread move, having the extra damage, I think might be worth it.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yes. That means we're probably going to be missing a couple key Blizzards, but I think the power boost is probably worth it.
That's how Blizzard works.
Yes. 81 speed is actually not horrible speed, but we're still going to go ahead and do a minimum on speed, just to really maximize our Trick Room capability. I also am going to be putting everything else into special attack. And let's go ahead and do the plus in special attack. No, let's not. We'll do that in special defense, I guess.
Just let it tank that much more.
Yeah. But again, there's no point in investing in speed. The question is, do I invest in defense versus special defense versus HP? Generally, what you do is with Pokemon with high HP stats, you don't want to actually put the investment into the HP stat. You want to put the investment in either defense or special defense.
Yeah.
You tend to get more bang for your buck that way.
Yeah.
Rusty, I'll go ahead and give you the first letter here.
Can we call it your Lodic instead of my Lodic?
I'm down with that. Go to shiny.
You want a shiny Milotic?
Pretty fish.
So we've got 4 Pokemon. For our 5th Pokemon, we kind of have some options.
Yeah.
What I was thinking is I really want a way to support that Milotic. And what I did last time when I was kind of testing on my own is in that next slot, I put Pelipper.
Okay.
And that gives us a Drizzle. And we can kind of run a pseudo Rain Mod here. And for its item, what I was doing is I was actually running Choice Specs.
But Nathan, you don't want Keen Eye?
Yeah. You know, I think I'll be all right.
Dish.
We'll do Drizzle instead. I don't really pick Choice Specs. I don't think Choice Specs is optimal, but I feel like having the extra power there is probably not a horrible thing. The big thing I was actually using it for when I was using it on my own was actually to uncheck Zacian. And so I thought having the extra power there was pretty nice.
Yeah. So the first move is going to be Protect.
The first move is not going to be Protect because you don't want to choice lock yourself
Right,
into Protect.
right. Yeah, we're choicing.
I'm going to go ahead and Scald. And then my other stab move is going to be Hurricane.
Hurricane, because he auto puts out Drizzle, so it's going to...
Hurricane doesn't check accuracy and rain.
Yeah.
So having that and powerful move and a nifty Confused Chance is also nice.
Yeah.
I'm going to do Ice Beam. Just as a way to maybe hit dragons.
Yeah.
And then in that final slot, I would put U-Turn. And we may play around with these moves later.
Yeah.
But we'll do that, give us some bulk and some power. And again, we're going to go as low speed as possible.
Yeah.
Because we're Trick Rooming boys. And Ian, I need you to help me name this bird.
T.
Rusty?
Why?
L.
L.
End.
Teal. Okay. So when I was playing earlier, I put Amoonguss in this last slot, really just kind of as extra filler. Amoonguss always does work.
Yeah.
It appreciates the rain because that reduces fire damage. Redirecting with things like Rage Powder is nice. Having a Spore is nice.
Yeah.
I don't think I actually want to do Amoonguss this time. I actually kind of been thinking, I think instead I want to use Grimmsnarl.
I'm not surprised.
And let's do G-Max Grimmsnarl, just 3 X and Eagles.
Yeah. We don't have anybody else that can G-Max. So.
Yeah. So for what Grimmsnarl does is it uses its prankster ability to almost guarantee that you get your screens on.
Yep.
So of course the item I want to give it is Light Clay. That increases the duration of Light Screen and Reflect. And we're going to leave Prankster as its ability because that's a busted move.
Pranks are good.
Pranks are good. So if you're doing that, you want Light Screen and Reflect. Of course, I'm going to go ahead and skip out on Protect because I think I'm hurting for move slots.
Yeah.
And what I actually want to do is I want to give it Scary Face. What Scary Face does is it lets me lower speed, potentially on my partner.
Yeah.
And specifically, I like the idea of using it on my Lodic because if I Scary Face, that would activate competitive.
Yeah.
So I really kind of like the idea of potentially having that
and
mod there.
This 6th slot is definitely a swing slot. We can play.
And what I do with this slot is I want to make sure that I'm not taunt bait.
Yeah.
So I want to do a damaging move at some point. The question is, do I go for Darkest Lariat or do I go through Spirit Break? I think I'm going to go ahead and do Spirit Break. I may decide I want Darkest Lariat later, but Spirit Break has the chance of lowering special attack, which is pretty nice. Part of the reason I'm running High Horsepower on DJ Jared is because that gives me access to Max Quake, which boosts special defense.
Yeah.
Which is really nice because a lot of his big threats are going to be special attackers.
Yeah.
So Spirit Break also lets me use the G-Max form, G-Max, which has a chance of putting them to sleep.
Yeah.
I think there are a couple of viable reasons to do that. Again, we're going to set speed as low as possible and give it a minus speed nature, just because we want to make sure we're going first in Trick Room.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we're devoting everything to Trick Room.
Yes. So I think this is what we want our team to be, and then I think Rusty started, or no, Ian started last time, so Rusty gets to start with the first letter this time.
Let's go with P.
E.
L.
L.
I.
E.
P.
E.
R.
N.
You did it, guys. You sure gave him a name. All right, so this is a legal team. I'm going to do one last double check and make sure we set our speed IVs to 0 on everybody.
Cool, Nick the Ditto. Yeah, Grimmsnarl had a G-Max.
Yes, it does.
Yep. Yeah, no, he's one of the more popular, especially in the VGC format.
In VGC especially, it's a very common mod.
Yeah.
So let's try this out. Just validate, double check, and we should be good for VGC 18. So let's actually see if I'm as good at this game as I think I am.
VGC
21. Now, we aren't exactly going to be quite as low on the ladder because we won a couple matches last time.
Yeah.
So we'll see if this actually can do okay at wherever we wind up. All right. So we have the Sun mod here is really what I'm noticing immediately. We also have a couple of Dark types here that are really scary to my Psychic types, and we have the Imposter Ditto.
Yeah.
Who, if we get a ton of boosts, can use our own stuff against us. I still want to try this.
Yeah, we're gonna try it.
Well, let's have the Grimmsnarl.
Probably the Melodic.
I think I want the Pella.
Okay.
To potentially get rid of the Sun Link. We have Umbreon. We have Porygon. So he's immediately starting off with some very fat mods.
Yeah. Trace the symbiosis. So
Trace is interesting. Normally they run
Yeah.
down.
yeah.
So what I'm going to go ahead and do right
So
now,
this is a. So this is a.
I'm going to
scout
protect
set.
with Calyrex, and that way they don't snarl me to death. And then I'm going to Trick Room with Carl.
Yeah.
It's possible they Trick Room on their own to undo this,
which is some.
which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
The thing is that they're not doing any major damage.
Yeah.
They're leading with 2 very passive Pokemon. I'm going to start the timer.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
We'll see.
Maybe they have some sort of shenanigan plan.
Yeah.
The one thing that they can do is that Umbreon does know Yawn, or
Yeah.
can know Yawn, which is pretty annoying.
Not like we don't have a shenanigan.
Yes, we do have shenanigans.
Good protect. Thunderbolt there is weird.
So, let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and Glacial Lance. And then let's get our Fling off.
Yeah.
That does a decent chunk.
I don't love the paralyzer.
Oof, used the foul play against us. So we
Yeah.
kind of called it out there.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Foul play was good there. Okay. So
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to immediately U-turn out.
you got it. Yeah. So you got to U-turn the Umbreon. Protect.
Actually, let's
You gotta.
Dynamax, Max Geyser.
You
You got to take out the Porygon.
Yeah, Porygon will kill you.
And then let's swap to Pelipper.
Oh.
So
Interesting.
just to recover that damage off. This Geyser. And let's Light Scroll.
Yeah.
Actually, let's swap to Carl so we don't go to bed. And then we'll Light Scroll.
Yeah.
What we'll go ahead and do this time is... Do I still have my item? I don't think I do.
No, you've already gotten rid of it.
I'm going to protect, and then we're going to swap to...
Back to Bird. Yeah, that recovers it.
Now we can do our Instruct mod, and we can Hurricane Porygon.
Yeah. Hopefully he can survive a Thunderbolt.
I want to protect again, because in the Trick Room I'm going to... Actually, no, Trick Room double.
Yeah.
So we're going to Instruct, and then we're going to Hurricane. I don't know why he did that on the... I bet he was expecting me to...
Yeah. The confusion's really good there.
So, let's
You gotta.
Trick Room, and I guess I gotta swap.
Yeah, you gotta swap otherwise.
Just hope he gets damaged by the confusion.
No. Well, the Porygon might be covering again here.
Yeah, it's almost certainly recovering.
Yeah. Ally switch.
Interesting.
Okay.
8 speed, 29 speed. Let's protect.
You've gotta kill that Porygon.
Let's be your big Porygon. Now, we could ally switch again.
He shouldn't. be
Ally switch
able-
has priority,
No.
but there's the chance he becomes confused.
No, he didn't. Really? He survived?
Ah, there it is.
Jeez.
How? Are you kidding me? God, Porygon's. I know Porygon's bulky, but Jesus Christ.
We're in Hurricane. Do Spirit. And actually,
Things are not looking good for our heroes.
I'm going to call out the ally switch.
Nope.
Hurricane.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what happened?
What's that?
He clicked Thunderbolt on the Pokemon named Pelipper.
Ha!
He might have. We did misspell it, though.
Yes, we did.
Yep.
Yeah, there's the.
So I don't think I have much chance of doing this with a sleepy Grimmsnarl, so I'm just going to say GG and forfeit.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a good counter to our team there.
Well, what I should have done is I should have instructed the Glacial Lance, and that would have let me take out the take him out the foul play.
So this is gonna be an ice team.
Yeah.
Well, it can either be an ice team or a.
I still think we're safe to do our mod.
Yeah, it'll either be an ice team or a sand team. They've got swings.
I think we want Grimmsnarl.
Yeah.
And I think we want.
Mimikyu's a hard
I think
call.
we should. Yeah, Mimikyu. There are enough dark types on that team.
Yeah. Speaking of.
Why is the Tyranitar named that again?
I don't know, something about a sandstorm in the 90s that got really popular.
So I'm going to assume he's going to double into...
Wow, already max?
I hope to not get flinched here. That's going to activate the weakness policy. Glad I didn't get the flinch there.
Yeah.
And this lets me high horsepower.
Do you want to...
And then instruct.
Do you want a Dynamax high horsepower?
Horsepower? No.
Okay.
Because that special defense boost doesn't do anything. I don't care about that because I'm instructing.
Yeah, he's got a weakness policy too, but we don't care.
That doesn't feel great. I'm going to Glacial Lance here. I'm going to instruct that Glacial Lance.
Sash.
I don't care about that. What he should have done is he should have Excel Lock there.
Yeah. I don't know why he didn't, unless he doesn't have it. Which
You can see I'm already accumulating those Grim Nade boosts. I mean, you can see why I'm carrying Instruct. It is just real good.
Yeah. Yeah, this... I would say...
At this point, all he can do is hope to outlast the Trick Room.
Yeah.
So, you can see why the strength of Instruct there.
No, yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
See, that's how that team is supposed to work.
Well, even then, I didn't get my Fling Strat off.
Yeah.
It was just... take a look here. And here we see that Incineroar.
Incineroar has entered the chat.
Yes. So I'm afraid of that Incineroar. Let's click my Lodic. I still want a Trick Room user, so I'm going to pick DJ Jared. You almost always want to bring your restricted mon.
Yeah.
And then in the back, I want Pelipper and Pelipper.
Yeah. We're bringing the Pelipers. Team Pelipers. Whimsicott, Incineroar. That's about what I expected this first turn to be. Oh look, he intimidated. There's competitive.
Yes, that's the idea. What we're going to do is I'm going to protect, and I'm going to trick. There's the taunt.
Yeah.
So let's Muddy Water, and
So
I'm going to go ahead and Dynamax because I want the next quick boosts.
Yeah.
Do I? You don't really have any special attackers. So I'm going to go ahead and Muddy Water now, and let's Glacial Lance.
Parting shot there's good. God.
Landorus still just ate it.
Yes, and
Well-
now he throws the Incineroar back out.
Which, hey, look. That's a times 3 now.
Yes. So I'm going to Protect again to protect me from the
Fake out.
Fake Out.
You
then
should probably go ahead and get him.
I'm going to go ahead and pick Pelipper.
Yeah. Actual Pelipper.
Yeah.
Your
got,
water moves are going to be Muddy Water is just gonna
So-
slay.
so I would probably have Dynamaxed here.
Yeah.
Well, just if nothing else, to make sure that I'm not.
Oh no!
A lot of these things don't carry Wild Charge, so I was wondering if it was gonna.
Yeah.
So, let's go with DJ Jared.
And then you've got to put out Pelipper, but the wrong one.
I think I want Teal out. I'm gonna Scald, Zacian, and Trick Room. We'll let them call my Protect out. That's weird. Now lets me get my Trick Room off.
Did he fake out into the Pelipper too?
Yeah, he faked out for a second turn for some reason. Now I'm going to Dynamax and get my Max Quake off. Hopefully take that Zacian out.
I'm sure that was a misclick, but
Yeah, I don't really know what was going on there. Now I just have to beat the Incineroar. Spirit Break. We're going to Max Quake.
and there we go.
I think we get the W there.
No.
Alright.
Because friends, it doesn't cost anything to be nice on Showdown.
So we definitely
Totally
see
free.
the obvious Sun mod here.
Yeah.
And then we also see both the potential Moltres here. So what I think I'm going to do,
And the Moltres,
I want to do DJ Jared. I want to do Mimikyu.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and bring Pelipper in the back for maybe some Sun Control. And I think we want Milo.
Yeah. Definitely a Sun team.
I think you've got nothing to worry about because people who put years in their usernames, it's always the year that they were born, and this kid is obviously 5 years old.
He trick room to
I don't know if he necessarily Trick Room to get rid of mine. He's just also got a slow team.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and Dynamax and Max Quake here. And then I'm going to get my Shadow Sneak off. And hopefully that'll be enough to take out this Torkoal. Even if it's not, this Max Quake will give me a special defense boost.
Is somebody watching?
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have people in the chat.
Yeah.
Which we can turn that off if we want.
Yeah. You can.
I was just curious.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see right there
Yeah.
that somebody joined.
Okay, got it.
Start the timer.
Yeah. Yeah, we are playing Trick Room. Not this turn, but
Interesting.
hi, Torkoal. Torkoal.
I don't really understand the two in a row there. But, we're going to max Hailstorm because I really don't want this Moltres to be anywhere. And this is a perfect opportunity for us to Sword Stance.
Yeah. So, I killed it even through it. Holy shit!
Yeah. Yes.
Kill it through protect. Holy shit!
It hits really hard.
He noped that Trick Room out of there.
Yeah. When you're facing down the barrel of this, it's I don't blame it. It was a GG.
Yeah, that sure is.
Mad respect.
Yeah. So the Moltres is kind of honestly is kind of similar to Incineroar.
Moltres is also really scary to me,
Yeah.
not only because its move can it's just a dark type. Dark types are always scary to this team. Again, you can kind of see they're actually running a similar mod to us with the Mimikyu and the Cobrastryke. And then they've got the Sun mod here too.
Yeah.
Let's try our Oranguru strat and see if that beats Mimikyu. I also see this Amoonguss here.
Yeah.
So I'm going to swap with. I'm going to have Mimikyu because it's got the safety goggles, and then I want Pelipper with that.
Yeah, and that's
Just because, just from a stab standpoint, Pelipper has a lot of options here.
Yeah, and we want the weather control.
So the question is, who is he going to go for the Sleep Powder one? I'm going to go ahead and protect with DJ Jared and Trick Room. Hopefully call that out. And he's just going to go ahead and Dynamax. I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
That means he is going to get the residual from Gmax Fine Lash, and that's interesting. Okay.
So,
what I want is I want that Torkoal gone. So I'm going to High Horsepower and Instruct. I don't know if a Max Quake kills or not, but I'm not going to take that risk.
right.
And thankfully he Max Guarded. That's awesome.
Yeah. Ooh, the Comfey was something I was a little worried about.
Yeah. So I'm going to Dynamax and Max Hailstorm, and that lets us get our Flame strat off.
Yeah.
This Comfey can potentially hit us with a priority Draining Kiss, but I don't think that's enough to really get anything done.
Yeah. The Comfey, I just think we might have some issue killing.
Yeah, I'm hoping that this is a more offensive Venusaur so that
Yeah.
That's interesting. We'll give her a Chilling May boost, and then that lets us get our Flame strat off.
Yeah.
And it looks like they just went ahead and forfeit. So we kind of have to be careful, especially if we're running Protect strats with that Gmax Fine Lash, because that Gmax Fine Lash will wear us down faster than...
Yeah.
And potentially lead us to priority moves like that Draining Kiss or like a Mimikyu's Shadow Sneak.
Yeah. Yeah, there definitely could have been some issues there.
Especially the Mimikyu Shadow Sneak, because that's super effective.
Yeah. So far I've liked this team. So you see the obvious Sun mod.
Yeah. The Sun mod is very popular.
So
Zacian also scares me a little bit.
Yeah.
But I think we're still clear to do this. And then I think we want him in the back. And we're going to I think we should bring Pelipper.
Yeah.
Because I like Pelipper's matchup against Venusaur and friends.
Is there any kind of ban on Libero Cinderace?
No.
No.
Okay.
So this is a really scary setup because Tornadus knows Taunt.
Has the potential.
And Zacian is just really scary with Glacial Lance.
Yeah.
Or with
Behemoth Blade.
Behemoth Blade. So let's go ahead and pick. What do I want to do? I want to Max Quake and Flame. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that I have enough investment that I can. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to Trick Room with both. Let him taunt one of them. Don't care because one of the other's going to Trick Room.
Yeah.
Hope this doesn't KO. It does.
Yeah. God, we even have like plus defense, and that's still O code.
Actually, I think we're specially defensive. Yeah.
Okay.
We may want to swap to physical defense. We'll see. This keeps being a problem. We may swap. Let's go with. We have to scald the Zacian. And let's just give him a Gamlon boost. Why not? I think I'm gonna kill him.
Yeah, you're gonna kill him with a Gamelon.
Yep.
Really funny.
Oof.
That's the one thing is Carl is worthless if I get taunted.
Yeah.
Normally I would like to run a Psychic for that sort of thing, but and let's just go ahead and Dynamax him for Max Dark, just because that way he's not worthless.
Yeah.
That'll lower their defenses and stuff.
Yeah, we're in a pretty rough spot right here.
Dudley does hit hard. It might be enough, but we're hurting.
Yeah.
That's Shadow Sneak Tornadus and Max Jarrickness the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Shadow Sneak Tornadus, Max Darkness the Tornadus.
There's the Citrus Berry. Yep. And that fail play will kill, and that's a
GG.
GG.
Just say we tried.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see where Zacian is scary.
Well, I can handle a Zacian. Pairing it with the Tornadus was really tough.
So is it considered polite to quit when you know you've lost?
It helps you save a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't see anything here particularly crazy. The Calyrex is, of course, always scary because it's Ghost on my Psychics. I'm still going to go ahead and lead my mod. And then I think we want Dudley, and I still think we want to bring Pelipper. So I'm going to go ahead and protect. I'm going to hope that whatever physical dark move that it's bringing here isn't going to be able to take me out. It can also just taunt me. But the one thing that's nice is that because Oranguru is normal type, he's immune to Astral Barrage. Yeah.
Yeah, the taunt there is.
Let's Dynamax and Max Quake because I want that special defense boost. And we'll do our Fling strat. Then Astral Barrage is going to activate our weakness policy. So.
Yeah.
Did Fling fail because of
It failed because I passed the item with Symbiosis, so
Yeah.
I'm not holding an item.
Okay, gotcha. I like the names.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This thing.
I have the special defense boost, so I'm not really worried about the Magna Zone. I want to hit the Bisharp, and let's go ahead and...
You've got to switch it
I
out.
think I actually want to stay in.
Oh.
Because he's going to take moves that Calyrex isn't.
I'm not surprised that he sashed there.
So now he has to pick whether or not he's going to taunt me versus whether or not he's going to go and Sucker Punch the Calyrex. And that leaves me free to Max Quake. And I'm going to hit Trick. So he has to taunt me to prevent the Trick Room. And that leaves me free to Max Quake. And thanks to the special defense boost that I've been racking up, that Flash Cannon didn't actually do any damage.
Yeah. So we're in a pretty decent spot here. That is a little scary.
Tapu Fini is not exactly a nice one. I can protect. Let's go ahead and bring up Help.
Yeah.
Oh.
We'll see if I can bring this out. I want to Fling, I want to Construct. And let's switch states.
Yeah, and now we're going to get Flash Cannon, and that's...
good to go.
Yeah.
The GG's. That's the one thing, is that I'm kind of weak to taunt.
Yeah.
And what I really should have done is Trick Room both.
Yeah.
Indeedee and Spectre are really common combo. I can play around it, I think.
The Urshifu is interesting.
Yeah. And it does have, if it's a Dark type Urshifu, it doesn't show that on Team Preview. If it's a Dark type, it's going to have priority Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
But again, I have ways to deal with it, especially since it's quad weak to Mimikyu's play rough.
Yeah.
The one thing that Indeedee can do is it can imprison Trick Room, and that would just prevent me from Trick Rooming at all. So I'm going to go ahead and Trick Room with DJ Jared here and protect, because I'm afraid of a taunt.
They're going to taunt the monkey. Oh, that's interesting.
That's not actually uncommon. Yeah, he was going to imprison. It's Dynamax, and I want those special defense boosts back.
I think you got to kill the Thunderous.
Dynamax. Yeah, I want the special defense boost, so let's just kill that Indeedee. And then let's instruct. No, wait, I can't instruct. You can't instruct a...
Max move.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't...
They'll never know.
The ally switch was clever.
The ally switch was pretty clever. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to max Hailstorm, and I don't care who that hits, and we're going to do our Shadow Sneak. And that's actually okay. It's max guard. Let's Trick Room. It's max guard. Yeah, I think we gotta just hope we survive a Astral Barrage.
You're not going to, but...
The Imprison got us there. It's rare on Indeedee, but it can. So it's Glacial Lance. And a Hurricane Calyrex.
Yeah.
GG.
Yeah, with the special defense drops, there wasn't anything we could do.
That's the thing, is if Indeedee is carrying Imprison, we just lose. Which, it's rare. Indeedee generally wants to run Helping Hand, Expanding Force, and that means if it's carrying Imprison, it has to run and miss out on something else.
Yeah.
So. Sometimes you just get counter-teamed, and that's all right. Rillaboom is interesting because its priority outspeeds Trick Room. But otherwise, I'm not seeing any reason not to just go through our mod here. I think we want the Milotic and Pellet back though. Like having that extra power there is going to be nice, especially since Skull is really a good answer to Solgaleo.
Yeah. The thing that we need to be worried about with that specifically is the Gastrodon Storm Drain.
And even then, we have
We've got answers to it.
Yeah.
So it's not like a big thing, but it is something to think about. Yeah, there's the Rillaboom.
So one thing we have to be kind of wary about with Rillaboom is that he knows Fake Out, so he's going to Fake Out somebody. What I'm going to do to answer that is I'm just going to go ahead and Trick Room with both Pokemon. That way I don't have to worry about who he's faking out.
Yeah.
I don't understand why he Moonblasted there.
Yeah, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense.
But that lets us do Glacial Lance, and we can Fling to DJ Jared.
I assume it was just a misclick because he Helping Handed there.
He didn't Grassy Glide there, which was interesting.
Yeah, that is actually.
But that just probably means he was going for Woodhammer.
Yeah.
And they just decided, no, we don't want to deal with that.
No.
I don't like that.
Which, that's understandable.
Understandable. Have a nice day. Snorlax is interesting. They've also got an Oranguru too. It's interesting also that they have Regigigas but not Wheezing.
Yeah.
So let's see it.
The combo is Regigigas.
And Wheezing's neutralizing gas gets rid of Slow Stone.
Yeah. So.
And we see that in Indeedee. They're probably going to be going for some sort of Trick Room strat here, maybe even like Belly Drum. So what we'll go ahead and do is let's just go ahead and Glacial Lance.
And then Fling.
Get a Fling off.
The idea is,
There you go, have that. And that's going to activate our weakness policy there.
Yeah. So we got the weakness policy off.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and Dynamax so that we can make sure we survive that.
Max Steel Spike.
Max Steel Spike.
You should probably just...
Yeah. If he's going to be redirecting things, I'm not going to...
Okay, give him something to redirect.
Yeah.
You got a max card here.
I think Oranguru can also follow me. Let's try a max guard. At least stall out that final turn of Dynamax. And then let's Scald into Snorlax. Maybe we can get a Lucky Burn. Psychic there is interesting. Let's max Quake just to get us a nifty.
Yeah, you've got skulls again.
Yeah. Special defense boost there.
Come on, burn him.
Darkest Lariat, huh?
That's really interesting. Why were you not maxing Darkest Lariat there?
He was trying to build his defense up.
I guess.
Which he did do.
Yeah, he did.
Swords Dance. And let's.
He's
Snorlax is real thick right now.
He's gonna double attack him.
Let's Swords Dance, and then I'm gonna actually swap to Carl. Get that Psychic. We're gonna play rough. We're gonna instruct.
That's good. Buddy.
It's okay. He knows what an Oranguru does.
Yeah.
Regieleki is interesting. Of course, we see our old buddy Incineroar. And then the Calyrex is really interesting. Blastoise is something we don't see very often.
Yeah.
So let's start with Milotic. And I want our Trick Room one to be Calyrex. I think we need Pelipper and Pelipper.
Yeah. We're doing the double Pelipper strat.
Yeah. So we're going to protect, and we're going to Trick Room. And that way we don't really care about the Electro one. Or Tailwind.
Setting up the rain there is interesting.
So let's Blizzard, and we're going to Dynamax and Max Quake Regieleki so that we get the special defense boost.
He did bring the Snorlax.
No, he brought the Blastoise.
Or the Blast.
So that he can Water Spout.
Yeah. Ah, look at that. It mixed.
So
Rain Dish makes sense.
we're going to put Blastoise to sleep. We're going to Max Quake Blastoise. Again, because we really want to, 1, weaken that Water Spout, and 2, boost our special defense. What he tried to do there was paralyze the Blastoise so that it would go faster during Trick Room. I put it to sleep. So.
I don't think he was in a bad spot there.
They weren't a bad spot. And what they could have done is they could have just Dynamaxed Regieleki and gone after Milotic.
Yeah, I was a little surprised that he did.
Well, a lot of people don't think of Regieleki as an offensive Pokemon necessarily.
I do.
Kyogre is interesting. I still think we can go DJ, Jared, and Carl. I want to bring Dudley in case that Amoonguss rears its ugly head.
You gotta bring...
Phalanx is interesting. I still think we want Pelipper. Pelipper is kind of an offensive.
Actual Pelipper, not fake Pelipper.
Yeah.
Cinderace and Mr. Fish is interesting.
Fish. So, does Cinderace learn Taunt?
I don't think so.
Yes, it can.
Oh.
So I'm actually going to Trick Room with DJ Jared and call out him taunting my Carl. That is obviously not what is happening.
No, Carl's dead. Or DJ Jared's a bunch of people. Oh, he didn't double?
No, I knew he was going to try and take out Carl.
You done fucked up, AA Ron.
So the question is...
You Dynamax high horsepower and kill the book.
I don't think that would kill the bunny.
A dynamo?
Especially if it max guards.
Oh. You
I
might.
think a max guard is the only way the bunny survives.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what he could do is max guard with Cinderace and then go after and finish off DJ Jared. So I think I want to conserve my Dynamax.
So.
The question is, I think I just want to Glacial Lance. I'm going to call out his max guard, my Glacial Lance, and we're going to instruct it.
No max guard. But you killed the fish.
I even know that even resisted a Glacial Lance is still going to do a huge chunk and get a KO.
Well, because you got the boost from the. Hey, I have a shiny Phalanx.
You do?
Yeah.
Lucky.
So let's Glacial Lance to get rid of that Phalanx and instruct. And again, that's going to do a decent chunk to Kyogre too.
Holy shit!
Or just kill him with Glacial Lance. It's fine. Calyrex is busted.
God damn! I didn't expect it to fuck.
Okay, yeah, sure. Why
I
not?
I expected it to do a choke.
That's on me for doubting Calyrex.
Calyrex said, "You fucking want to bet?"
It's really good in Trick Room. The key here for my opponents is to prevent that Trick Room from happening.
Yeah,
and then I'm basically worthless.
we haven't won a game that we've been, that the opponent has pressed the taunt button.
Yeah. And I've got countermeasures to taunt. It's just that I'm not using them very well.
Yeah.
I'm either over predicting like I did in that last game, or I'm under predicting.
Yeah.
So, while we have countermeasures to taunt, you have to play right in order to do those, and I'm not always the best at that.
Yeah. Well, we know what the opponent is bringing.
Yep. I think we definitely want a bleeper, and give me a second trigger.
You might ask if they're testing something out. Because as we established last time, we will absolutely help people that are testing. Nope, just
Kind of have to be a little concerned about the sleep powder coming off the Lilligant there. And what we could do to potentially anticipate that is Trick Room with both people. I'm going to go ahead and Trick Room with DJ Jared and just call out that he's going to sleep powder Colonel. That may be the wrong move. Or just let it miss. That's fine too. Then we're going to Glacial Lance. We're going to Instruct.
so.
Because I want that Lilligant gone.
You want the Lilligant gone, and you want the Groudon gone.
Well, I don't know if that'll necessarily kill the Groudon.
I think it'll kill it because you're doing it twice.
Without the boost, I'm not 100% sure.
Is the timer on?
Especially if it doesn't.
Yeah.
Well, I say that.
Oh, no, no, man.
And there's the forfeit button. Is he actually gonna play this out? If he plays this out, he's a homie. They are a homie. Yeah. Oh, they're playing it out. What a homie. This person right here.
Carl is Carl is the DJ Khaled to the DJ Jared because he just goes, and another one.
Okay, we might change this.
We might as well just change the name and also fix Belliper's nickname.
I'll do it if you guys want me to.
There's the taunt.
Okay.
That doesn't matter.
I mean, they're sashed.
Sashed.
It technically mattered.
Whimsicott lived, and we know Whimsicott's an offensive powerhouse.
Wait. Protect. Kill it with the Galon Berry. They didn't let me do it.
Damn.
Forfeited.
Damn.
GG.
He
Oh.
called the heel turn.
DJ Jared, I'm glad you got your eggs.
DJ Khaled. Is that how you spell Khaled?
I think it's Khaled.
Yeah.
I thought there was an H in there.
DJ Khaled.
Hey, you wanted me to spell Pelipper correctly?
Yes.
I kind of love that it's not spelled correctly.
I kind of love that. I think that there's at least 2 people that have targeted it wrong because of the name.
It's not impossible.
There's one that I'm almost certain that it happened, and the second one that I'm pretty sure. Oh, they don't let you do it for that.
That may
reason.
actually be a thing that VGC does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
DJ Jared, breakfast for dinner is goated. One of my favorite breakfast for dinners is toad in a hole, and I don't feel like I need to explain what that is.
I'm sure somebody has the ability to Google that. I'm not sure what will pop up if they do Google that.
It's what Richard Gere makes for breakfast.
But I would just leave it at that. Get a nice side of bacon with it.
So
Guys, it's what Richard Gere makes for breakfast.
I see an Incineroar. I click my Lodic. We're going to bring GJ Jared. We're going to bring our Pelipper. We're going to bring our other Pelipper.
Rusty, I heard the joke. I just kept on going. The Whimsicott Incineroar lead is what I expected.
DJ Jared, you got the right kind of bread there.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go ahead and protect here to anticipate the bacon. I anticipated the top.
Yeah. One thing that we really like to do with Hawaiian rolls is we make like a ham and cheese melt with all of them and just kind of make them into sliders. Good call.
Thank you.
Bye, Ensign.
And they decided they didn't want to continue with that battle.
Man, when you include a counter to the meta and then the meta happens,
Yeah.
your counter works.
He saw the Incineroar die and said, "I won't be here no more."
Well, they're actually playing it pretty well.
Oh, hey, I missed it earlier, but thanks for following.
Thank you. I missed it earlier
Welcome
too.
to the channel.
Yeah. I see an Incineroar. I click my Lodic. Still think we want DJ Jared to potentially get us our Trick Room. I think we want Mimikyu. And I still think we want to bring this Grimmsnarl.
But yeah, no, we what we do is cut the entire thing of Hawaiian rolls in half. So just like cut them all in half, but leave them in a sheet. And then we put down the ham and cheese, and we
Are
do
we talking about the slider things?
yeah, and we do like a garlic butter on what
They are
on top.
dangerously poppable.
Yeah, wipe that on top. Go bake it. Sometimes we'll bake it open, and then we'll put the other slice on top. Other times we'll go into it, but yeah, cheesy ham, scrambled eggs are always good.
Muddy water.
That's good there, and then use that as like a sandwich filling with the toasted buns. That's good.
I'm going to give you guys the secret tech for Hawaiian rolls.
Give it to us. Rusty.
You want to get your skillet searing hot. Then you're going to take a small bowl, get some honey, get some mustard, get some mayonnaise, all in that bowl. adjust the way you want. If you
Williams, you're going to run out of time.
If you want it to be more toasty, you put more mayonnaise. If you want it to be more sweet, you put more honey. And if you want it to be more
let's put you to bed.
tangy, you do the mustard.
Yeah.
You stir those together, and you get you're basically making like a grilled cheese spread.
Yeah.
For your Hawaiian roll, but without the cheese. And it's going to be sweet and tangy. And then you're going to put that onto your roll, and then you're going to toast it with that side down.
Yeah.
The key here is not to cake it on there. This isn't like putting mayonnaise or butter on a piece of toast. You want it really light spread, and then you're going to toast that in your skillet. It's the bomb diggity.
You could use that as a toaster. I'm not sure.
Got the freeze on the Gudra.
Oh,
I'm sorry about that.
freeze hacks. Yeah.
Blizzard again, and I really want to try this scary face tag.
He just wants to do it. So
I just want to get away with one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't activate competitive.
Well, we know that now.
That's useful to know.
Yeah.
It's still a little disappointing, you know?
Yeah. I don't... Unless I'm actually, like, going to fry something, I don't like using an egg batter on most things. But I'm a little weird in that fact.
So now I kind of have to decide, am I going to do Blizzard so that I don't activate Storm Drain? Do I swap out? Or do I...
Well, you have to use... So...
I think I want to stay in to keep those boosts.
Yeah. You've got to kill the Ensign.
I want to Blizzard.
Jared, yeah, cast iron skillet sounds good. And also, I just told you the best way to toast the rolls.
Yeah.
But yeah, that Hawaiian roll French toast, I have also done that before. It's real good.
Yes, I've done French toast before. I actually don't do French toast very often. And we do so we haven't as a family haven't ever done like your normal French toast. It's always a very special occasion thing for our family. It's not something that we cook on like just a Saturday or whatever. No, it's a very special occasion. We always do it.
Why am I using Max Starfall? I should be using Max Snooze. Is that a dark move?
No, because it's normal.
Yes, it is a dark move. Okay.
No. I could have sworn that it was the
fairy version. Yeah.
So,
oh well.
So again, we do it like 2 or 3 times a year. Like it's always like our Christmas Day meal, and like a couple of other times throughout the year. So I don't ever think of French toast as like a thing to just do. It's always a special occasion thing.
Let's try Darkest Slide.
Might as well get rid of Scary Face. I don't think it does what we want.
Yeah. I think we're on both Spirit Breaking and Darkest Slide.
I was gonna say, yeah. So
yeah, Jared, that's probably the easiest and best way to go.
Yeah.
Do your French toast on one side with the rolls. It sounds real good.
Yeah.
It is real good. I've done it before.
Yeah.
You know to add a little bit of cinnamon.
Yeah, it's raised by 2 for each of its stats, lowered by a foe.
Just butter your skillet.
Yeah, butter your skillet. Also, just make sure that when you clean your skillet, that you're not using soap, and keep it seasoned well. You can do vegetable oil, really anything that's like a fat or an oil, but I think butter goes better with eggs.
Yeah, if you're trying to be healthy, do the vegetable oil. If you're trying to be delicious, do the butter.
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah,
burn
but
butter.
butter burns, yes, but vegetable oil also burns. It's just how hot you get it and how much you use it.
You're trying to cook the eggs on your toast. You don't need your skillet to be ripping hot.
Yeah. You should. If something that I had to learn was that you don't always need high heat for everything, and in fact, you don't need high heat for most things. I used to work at a restaurant, and that's good. That's clever.
Yeah. At least it lets me get some damage on the Mimikyu.
Barely. You get 12% damage, yeah.
Well, the important thing is I'm breaking disguise.
Yeah.
And let's go ahead. I don't see any reason not to just Glacial Lance again.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, we've seen that strat before. Damn it.
That's annoying.
Yeah. Yeah, this...
That's the thing, is a lot of Calyrex run the Max Steel Spike to...
Yeah.
The mirror.
I tend to always...
I'm going to sleep the Mimikyu this time, because I don't want him Trick Rooming.
Yeah, I tend to always cook my bacon first.
Yeah, Jared, cook your bacon first, and then don't worry about oil or butter. Cook it in the bacon fat.
Yeah, just use a little bit of that bacon fat. You know,
That's the pro strat.
Yeah.
Now don't put it in like a pool of bacon. You're not deep frying it.
Yeah. What you'll end up doing is you'll cook your bacon off, how much ever you're gonna do, and then you're gonna actually drain off most of it, and just leave just a little bit to use as, use as your oil there, and you are Gucci, my man.
I don't think I'm going to win this one, boys.
I don't think you're gonna win this one either.
Probably should have Dynamax there.
Probably.
Oh.
What? That's.
I tried.
Yeah.
Maybe if I had landed that Hypnosis, but if your winning strategy depends on you landing a Hypnosis, you're probably playing wrong.
Yeah, you're in a bad way. No. Also, bacon sits really well. Yeah. So you can cook your bacon and cover it in paper towels, and then your bacon will still be good 4 hours later. That is a. I guess I should throw out the caveat that everything, if you leave it out if it's not in the safe zone, everything can go bad eventually. But yeah, no, bacon tends to stay pretty well.
It's Blizzard, and then I want a Max Hailstorm to make sure that Blizzard hits.
Yeah, sounds good. Sounds like a good meal. Yeah, that's...
Who's on the other side of the Kyurem?
It was a Whimsicott.
That Whimsicott is now dead.
Okay.
Oh.
I see.
Ferrothorn.
Shadow Sneak DJ Jared, so I can activate my weakness policy and bring me back to neutral. And then let's take this Kyurem out.
Yeah.
Are you going to try and body press me? I find that pressing.
It's a good move.
Let's...
Yeah.
I think I can get away with a Sword Stance here.
Yeah, that sounds great for the buns. I feel like searing the buns is now this is totally like a
Turbo Blaze ignores Imposter, or not imposter,
Disguise.
disguise. So let's.
Yeah, I feel like searing them is an unnecessary step, but again, that's very much a double protect. No, it's a legit strat. It's just double protect.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Yeah, I feel like searing your buns is an unnecessary extra step, but if you like it, then you do you, my guy. And that's it for him. Can he do it? No.
No,
No,
I
he
don't think
cannot.
that's gonna happen, my guy.
The Regieleki back was. You're like, well, maybe he can take out the Ferrothorn and
Ain't gonna happen.
yeah, and then you see the Regieleki and you're like, that's a GG's, my guy.
Turbo Blaze is a good ability.
No restricted mon here. That's interesting.
Means you got it in the bag.
Not necessarily.
No.
It just means it's more embarrassing if I lose.
Yeah.
I think we want teal, and let's bring it down.
I will be right back.
Okay. Tornadus and Lapras. So he's almost certainly going to go for G-Max Resonance. And to anticipate the taunt, I'm going to go ahead and double trick him. And I'm going to undo myself. Okay, let's Dynamax and Max Quake Lapras to get us a special defense boost and trigger it.
Now he taunts.
That'd be real ballsy. And let's get rid of Tornadus and do our Fling strat on DJ Jared. Because I set up Hail, he's going to die to the residual, so I don't have to worry about him next turn. And it's a Dark type Urshifu, so it can potentially hit me with a Sucker Punch. Kind of don't care. I'm just going to Max Hailstorm it. I think I have enough to juice to both survive and get a KO here. And we're going to protect. Don't quite KO, but that's enough that Hail's going to kill him. So.
Does Hail do 2% Gigantamax?
Yes.
It does. Okay.
The Gamlon Berry specifically there allowed me to survive that, which I'm really happy about. Okay, he's got a lot of heavy hitters here. I'm going to do my Lodic. Let's do DJ Jared. I think we want Pelipper. And I think we want Mimikyu to help us beat that Urshifu. I'm going to start with the Muddy Water here and actually protect DJ Jared. Both save me from the fake out and potentially... Actually, no. We're going to do a double protect here. That saved me from fake out, that saved me from Beacon of Blade. Alright, so We're going to muddy water. And I think we have to. We're going to muddy water, and we're going to drizzle. That leaves me my Mimikyu mod in the back, and that gives me some real dangerous water here. That's a really annoying mess. I'm going to scald that Zacian. The critical hit there is also really annoying. Trick Room. It's probably going to double into Mimikyu here to get rid of the potential Trick Room. At least lets me hit Zacian real hard here. Really wish that burn would proc.
Yeah. I don't think it's procced tonight.
We protect, we're going to scald.
Good luck, DJ Jared.
That's the one thing is
Let
that
us know
because
next
of
time how it went.
because of the surging strikes, it's going to get a. I want a high horsepower here. We're going to scald Urshifu.
Oof.
That's okay. I knew that's what we was going to do. The question is, can I win here? I don't think I can. Yeah. He did a real good job of preventing my trick from there. Him taking out my Lodic early there was really annoying too.
Yeah.
Definitely see the Sun mod here. So I want to bring my Lodic. I want to bring DJ Jared. Let's bring Mimikyu. Let's bring Pup. So I'm going to go ahead and protect my Lodic, and we're going to go ahead and Trick Room. Hope he doesn't Sleep Powder DJ Jerry.
You get your shit rocked yet?
I'm about to. We're going to go ahead and Blizzard. Hope I wake up in Trick Room.
It's not looking good for our heroes.
In a Trick Room. Hopefully I get a Glacial Lance off here.
It's not looking good for our heroes.
Shadow Snake, and I think my only hope is that we wake up and
Yeah.
Glacial Lance.
Well, you woke up.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Because he faked me out.
Yeah.
I think we've got to go for a Swords Dance.
You've got to.
And
You should max.
I want to burn him first. I don't even know how he used that. Rough. Of course.
Hey, what did we say about play roughs missing?
He didn't lose me the match, but it definitely added some insult to injury.
And I promise I was not.
He's got the terracotta strategy. So we're gonna bring DJ, Jared, and Dudley. I think we want Pelipper and Mike in the back. Salazzle and Terrakion. Learn. Salazzle. Beat up. It can learn beat up.
Oh no!
I'm going to protect.
You've got a
I'm gonna
trick. 1, a 2, a 3. Yeah, no, it's
This makes me flinch. That would be very annoying.
Hey, look!
I did it! I spoke it into existence. Alright. I'm going to trick room with both people and just hope that.
You had a couple of real unlucky rounds.
I promise I am
Protect
not
and
touching the mouse at all. I almost said controller.
Got that double protect. Did that shit.
I dig that.
Okay. Max Quake. Let's go. GG. It's fine. Everything's fine. I'm okay with it. Melodic, DJ Jared, Pelipper, and BBQ. Mudsdale's interesting. He's going to go for some sort of self-damage.
So that it can activate Steadfast.
Yeah. Dynamax. We're going to max Geyser into Mudsdale to take it out. And let's trick him.
Dynamax. Bullet Seed.
Hit my Melodic is interesting.
Oh, it critted my Melodic.
Yeah, it's okay. We're going to Shadow Sneak into DJ Jared, and we're going to Glacial Lance. And hopefully he's like max speed. If he's min speed, he actually has speed too.
Cause Trick Room weird.
But he's not. I'm surprised that didn't KO.
Now he's at plus. He's at ×4 defense, Nathan.
Yeah, but I hit real hard.
You had to have gone through 4 of his normal defense.
Scald and Singular. I knew he was going to do that. Shouldn't matter. That's a little more annoying. We have to Swords Dance here. Let's Scald. That's ace. Rough and Scald. Ha! That's why we run the specs.
There you go.
GG. Despite our best efforts, we managed to win. So I think that's going to hit time for us. Please join us in this slot next week, and we will probably be playing Pokemon Snap.
Pokemon
The new
Snap.
Pokemon Snap. I can't wait to take pictures of all them babbies. Tomorrow, though, if you will join us, we are going to be going back with Rusty. He's going to be playing Kingdom Hearts Melody of a Memory. And then on Sunday, I probably won't be here, but they may be streaming more Monster Hunter Rise. We just had a big update come out, so looking forward to seeing some of those cool monsters. Rusty, do you have anything you want to say before the credits roll?
No, I think that's it.
Okay.
You got it.
Ian, do you have anything you want to say before the credits roll?
Be nice. Be great. Be gay. Do crime.
Okay. Well, with that, we are going to leave and say goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.